Governor, obviously the topic of the day is really guns. Fellow Democrats calling this morning to get a couple bills out of committee. You've called for those bills as well. Do you have any feeling that things will be different this time?
I hope they will be, Travis. There is a frustration with people in North Carolina and across this country, I think, like we've never seen before. Tragedy after tragedy, heartbreak after heartbreak, and nothing is done. People give their condolences and say they are very sorry about this, but condolences alone are not enough now. We need to take action to stop these. I think people demand us to do that. We know that we can't guarantee the safety of everybody, but I think we can take some common sense steps to change laws to try to prevent these guns from getting into the hands of the wrong people who can use them to kill people in a very short amount of time. And we have to use all of our resources to try and stop that.
Have you reached out directly to the Speaker or the Pro Tem on this?
Not yet, but I've sent out a public statement. I plan to send information to all leaders in the General Assembly, met with some legislators this morning on a number of issues. But I think this is one, since they are in session now, we don't have to call a special session, we can have a hearing. We should just have a hearing on these bills at the very least, because they've been sitting in the committee, and let everybody understand what they do. And there's some very simple common sense steps we can take to strengthen background checks, to bring more authority to our sheriffs to issue permits and look at the backgrounds of people before they get these guns. Red flag orders, which can try to keep guns out of the hands of people that we know have the propensity for violence. And I will be instructing my State Bureau of Investigation to continue their efforts to try to close the gap on background checks, making sure that we get all of the information into the database so that we know more about people and we can make better decisions about whether they should be issued gun permits.
Beyond background checks, are you interested in any sort of laws limiting magazine size or certain types of weapons? People speak often of an assault weapons ban. That's a bit of a nebulous term.
Yeah, and I think we have to get into the definitions of what we're talking about. And obviously federal action is much better because you've got state-to-state issues that makes it more difficult. But we've already proposed outlawing bump stocks in North Carolina, and I think that these very high-capacity magazines that allow people to use these weapons to kill people in a very short period of time, we can go in and look at how laws can be changed that can limit those, and hopefully there will be some steps at the federal level as well.